In this Rewind Thoughts, once again, I'm going to give my thoughts on a controversy when Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite came out. And at a time, community manager of Capcom, Peter Combofiend Rosas, and the producer had an interview with Gamespot about the game and basically asked about the X-Men. And if you follow the story, Combofiend gave a meme function response. Of course, you can understand why, because they were under Disney to some extent. You don't want to piss them. And because of that, there was a lot of meme about it. So I'm going to give my thoughts on that one. And after that, as an added bonus, I am going to add more about this story, what happened to the aftermath, the rumors about it. So you heard my thoughts in 2017 about when Combofiend said function in the game. So for people who don't know what it is, here's the gist of it. So of course, I think it was announced in 2016 about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. So the latest one, the Marvel versus fans are like, oh my god, the latest one. Hopefully that kind of keep the franchise alive. And then they noticed, first of all, the character design, it was bad. Spoiler, the budgets have that, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And then they noted there is no X-Men character. So if you're a Marvel fan, to some extent, unless you like the Avengers, you know that X-Men and the Fantastic Four are more popular than the Avengers. That, whether you like it or not, this is a facts history that without the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, there wouldn't be Marvel. It is what it is there. And of course, there have been a lot of history about the bankruptcy and stuff. And if you want to know, well, Google it. But to some extent that Disney ended up buying most of the right for Marvel, except for one thing, and those are the movie rights. When it comes to the comic, cartoon, toys, whatever, they have the right. But when it comes to the movie, which for the casual, that's how people get to know about the franchise is throughout the movie. They don't. Disney only owns the Marvel Avengers. Fox owns Fantastic Four, X-Men, and then Sony owns Spider-Man when it comes to the movie. And people might say, well, what about Spider-Man and Disney? You don't have to worry about it to some extent. The reason what they were able to do with Spider-Man in the MCU is that, for people who don't know to some extent, Sony as a whole, not just PlayStation, not just studio, but Sony as a whole have a sort of pseudo-healthy relationship with Disney. So you don't have to worry about that one. They do have a lot of collaboration, believe it or not. I mean, when it comes with the Blu-ray versus HD DVD in 2006, believe it or not, Disney were the first company that supported Blu-ray over HD DVD. Just saying that, but that's like a long time ago. When it comes to Fox versus Disney at the time, yeah, there was a problem. Again, if you want to know about it, a lot of people already talk about it, including Matt from Yoda Video Game, Maximilian Dude, Fighting Game Aficionado, you get it, and other people. So with that said, we're going back again to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite when Combofiend basically said functions. Okay, so for people who don't know who Combofiend is, Peter Rosas, let's just say that he's the latest from what I understand at a time, the community manager for Capcom when Ted Killian left. Because if you don't know the guy, he left. He's also a fighting game fan, but he left Future Endeavor. Peter Combofiend Rosa took over for a while. Of course, by now, he already left. I also gave my thoughts about that. So the question is more in depth of why would they say something like that? And like I said in the main video, is they were under probably Disney. Disney probably told Capcom, hey, you better not say anything bad about the situation with the X-Men. You can't say, well, blame Disney for not putting the X-Men in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. So they had to say something to positive spin. It's a business. When you're trying to promote something, even and this is a secret, that if you know that it's not really a good idea, you trying to fool the general audience. Not somebody who's into Marvel, nobody who's a hardcore fan, the general audience who are out-tuned to the Marvel storyline. They only know about MCU. Because again, they can't use, to some extent they can use X-Men on the game. But again, why? If they want to promote their MCU movies. And again, at a time, they don't have the Fox rights yet. They didn't merge. That's why now there's even X-Men references, and they're even doing, Not so good Fantastic Four starting Pedro Pascal. But, it is what it is. It's a business, but that's another story there. So at a time. So they have to say something that won't piss Disney off. And Disney's a big company. So you say something stupid, Disney might say, oh, you know what, Capcom, screw you. Which, spoiler in the end, because the game poorly sold. But credit to Matt that said that, yeah, it sold a lot of units. But when it comes to the sales, the ROI, it wasn't there. Yeah, a lot of people were buying it for $20, including myself. I played the game. It sucks. I mean, as I said in some other video, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is a shit pile of shit game. I'd rather play Street Fighter Cross Tekken than this shit pile of shit game, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, because it just sucked. After playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3, my opinion is Infinite was backwards. 2-on-2, you go to 4-lane button layout that's like more complex than low, medium, high, special layout, which that's my preference because that was based on Tatsunoko vs. Capcom, but again, to achieve their own. And again, so they have no choice that they have to do that. You say, well, is that really true that that really happened? And I read this in the internet of the aftermath that, again, it could be wrong. Remember, the internet, don't take it seriously. Sometimes rumor is just rumor. Supposed to be, I read this, and that somebody who's supposed to be close to Combofiend said, yeah, that was the case, that they were told if the X-Men topic comes in this game, figure out what to say that's not going to piss Disney off. And the only thing that Combofiend kind of have the solution, okay, maybe the competitive scene, you're going to do function. Which is, again, yes, the competitive scene, it makes sense. But somebody who's a Marvel fan, who's casual to the game, and they love the X-Men, you're going to say function? They're going to tell you, no, screw you. That's disgusting, which is, it sounds like a disrespect to your Marvel fan, especially you, somebody who loves the X-Men or the Fantastic Four, and you're going to say something like that? Oh boy, not a good idea. And again, there was a rumor that was the case. I mean, again, obvious. And what he wanted to do. If you say something, they might ruin his reputation. Believe it or not, sometimes that happens. Like, if you say something that pisses your other company, like you say Disney, Capcom might have to do something, and you don't want that. I mean, yeah, it sucks, but again, that was business 101. So, yeah, this was basically one of the signs that Marvel vs. Capcom franchise was going to be dead. After Infinite, it was dead. It wasn't on EVO 2018. The previous guy that runs EVO, Guys Gross, everybody knows that, admitted it that, yeah, apparently Disney did not want the game to be there because, from what I understand, again, it could be rumor that Disney themselves, after Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, they did not want to do anything with Capcom. They said, forget this, screw this. And they want to disacknowledge the franchise, and that's what it is. That's why, to some extent, nobody can do big events for Marvel vs. Capcom, whether Part 2 or Part 3, legitly, because Disney won't allow it. Unlegitly, yeah, that's a different there. So, there you go. But of course, right now, if you watch a Nintendo Direct 2024, there will be a Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection. I pre-ordered mine on the PS4 because I love my trophies. Plus, I like the control setup for the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 controller. Backwards compatible, but I might get the Switch version in the long run. And let's see if this game's going to be in a sale. But it's probably going to be tricky because since this game is so high demand, that probably going to be sold out, the physical release. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see there. So there you go, the follow-up in-depth story of the function that Combofiend said. Again, you can't blame the guy for doing his job. He was told, and he had to figure it out. And, I mean, spoiler to some extent, they're not going to tell you what to say. They're going to tell you to some extent that figure something out that don't piss your, client or whatever, like Disney. And he did whatever he could. It's FGC, so he's just saying, well, maybe my FGC knowledge might do it. And again, like I said before, what happened to him is he left Capcom. The last time I heard, he was working at Marvel. He was actually part of the PlayStation Insomniac Spider-Man, but different story there. Anyway, that's it. The follow up on it. So with that, I'll see you guys later.